Good morning, students. So today's class we are discussing the specific heats of the gases. Okay. So as in last previous video, we have discussed the molar specific heat capacity. What do you mean by specific heat capacity? It's SI unit, its dimension formula. Okay. This is now what we have discussed in the last previous class. Okay. Now, specific heats of the gases. Here, when the heat is supplied to the gas, when a heat is supplied to the gas, the increasing temperature of the gas is accompanied by either by increasing the pressure or increase in the volume. So when we are heating a gas, so say for example in a container we have taken the gas and it is heated. So then if you are heating means the temperature of the gas is increased. When the temperature of the gas is increased, then it is accompanied by either in that there will be increase in the pressure or increase in the volume. Okay. Now this is what the gas is heated under two conditions: at constant volume, at constant pressure, and at constant volume. Okay. So that is what we are discussing. That is the first one is that specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity at constant pressure. Okay. Which is denoted by Cp. Okay. Now, how we are defining this specific heat capacity at constant pressure? That the amount of heat required to increase the temperature of 1 gram of a substance through 1 degree Celsius at constant pressure is called as specific heat capacity of at constant pressure. Okay. So specific heat capacity of a gas. Right here. Specific heat capacity of a gas at constant pressure. This is denoted by Cp. Okay. So I am writing the definition: the amount of heat required to increase the temperature of 1 gram of a substance through 1 degree Celsius at constant pressure is called specific heat capacity of a gas at constant pressure. Okay. So just to note down this one. Okay. Now next we are defining specific heat at constant volume, which is denoted by C. Okay. So this is what how we are defining here. That here specific heat at constant volume is defined as the amount of heat required to increase gram of a substance, 1 gram of a substance through 1 degree Celsius at the constant volume is called a specific heat of a gas at constant volume. Okay, so this is what about the specific heats of the gases. Okay, so now next we are going to discuss about the principle of calorimetry. Principle of calorimetry. Principle of calorimetry. Now here, what is this calorimetry? Calorimetry. Okay. Before we are going to discuss about the principle of calorimetry. First of all, we know what is this calorimetry. Calorimetry is the branch of science which deals with the measurement of heat. It deals with the measurement of heat is called calorimetry. Okay, I am writing the definition here. The branch of science which deals with the measurement of heat is called calorimetry. Okay, now calorimeter. Okay, calorimeter is a device which is used to measure the heat. It is a device which is used to measure the heat is called calorimeter. Okay, so I draw that device diagram here, how it is there. Okay. It is a hollow cylinder which is made up of a copper and in which a stirrer is inserted. It is called as a stirrer. It is a copper hollow cylinder. Okay. So this is what how the calorimeter is going to be there. Okay. So that stirrer, this complete cylinder is being kept in a wooden box. Okay. So which is insulated surrounding, which is around the surrounding of this cylinder. It has been insulated so that there will be no loss of heat. Okay. So that is what the calorimeter. Now, what is the principle here? Principle of calorimeter. Okay, so this calorimeter works on the principle of that the heat lost is equal to heat gain. So based on this principle only the calorimeter it works. Okay, heat lost by the body is equal to the heat gained by the body. So based on this principle only the calorimeter it works here. Okay, say for example we are having the two systems. Okay, there are two systems. Okay, the system A and system there are two systems, system A and system B. So A system is having a mass m1 and its specific heat capacity is C, and the specific heat capacity is C1, and the system B it is having a mass m2 and its specific capacity is C2, and this A system is having a temperature T1 and this B temperature is having a T2. When both these systems, when they brought in contact with each other, then here the system A is having some temperature, it is having some high temperature. Okay, so we know that always the what we can say, heat transfer from hot body to cold body. Okay, so here when the A and B systems, when they are brought in contact with each other, then here the A system will loses the heat and the B system it gains the heat here. Okay, so at that time both the heat lost by the A system is equal to the heat gained by the B system. Okay, both are in equal only. Okay, so that is what the principle of calorimeter is, that the heat lost by the body is equal to the heat gained by the body. Okay, so just note down these definitions. Okay. So now that is how the principle of calorimeter works. Okay. So now the next topic we are going to discuss about the change of states. Change of states. So here I have written here, one thing I have forgot to write here. The principle of calorimeter is nothing but heat loss is equal to heat gain. As I told you that there are two systems, system A and system B is having a mass m1, it is having a specific capacity C1 and T1 is the temperature, and here the B system is having a mass m2 and it is having a specific capacity C2 and its temperature is T2. Okay. Now here according to the principle, what it says that heat lost is equal to heat gain. So heat lost by the A is equal to m1 C1 T1 minus of T. Okay, and heat gained by the B system is equal to m2 C2, which is T2 minus here what? Here T minus of T. So by the principle what it says that heat loss is equal to heat gain, that means m1 C1 into T1 minus of T is equal to m2 C2 into T1 T minus of T. Okay, so that is what the principle it says, that the heat loss of the A system is equal to the heat gained by the B system. Now the next topic we are going to discussing about the change of state. Okay, change of state. Okay, as the name itself it is telling that change of state. State change हो रहा है, not Karnataka state, not AP state here. The states usually basically we are having three types of states. One is solid state, one is liquid state, the other one is gaseous state. Okay, so here change of state is nothing but the process in which the system changes from one state to another state. That process is called as change of state. Say for example, we are having an ice here. Okay, here it is ice. If we heat this ice, it converts into water. We are heating here. Okay, so it is converting from one state to another state. Initially it was in solid state. So ice was in solid state and it is converting into water. Water is the liquid state. So that process is called as change of state. Now if we cool it, if we cool this water, then again it becomes solid. Here it is converting into water to, that is liquid to solid. So that process is called as, that is change of state. Okay. So that is all about in today's class we will discuss here, that is change of state. So in the next class we will discuss the further topics which are related to the change of state here. Okay. So in today's topic we have discussed the specific heat of a gases at constant pressure and at constant volume, and a very important topic, that is the principle of calorimetry. What is calorimetry? What is calorimeter? And the principle of explanation of the principle of calorimeter and the change of state. Okay. So in the next class we will continue with the next topic. Thank you.